That your day is going well so far. Today I would just like to discuss this morning, as many people wonder, why do I have to wait? A lot of people say, oh, why do I have to wait? There's people who are getting blessed before me. Why do I have to wait? Look at what is going on in another person's life. I've been waiting so long and it seems like they got their thing faster than I do. Why do I have to wait? Well, everyone has to wait for something from God. And when you're asking for something that is special, not only special, but purposeful, that you want God to do in your life, you have to wait. You have to be prepared for what you're asking God for. So if you're asking God for an increase in your finances, you have to be prepared for that. You have to actually govern the money that you have now before He will release abundance of wealth on you. Right now He's watching you to see how you do with your money now, about how you're managing it. Are you saving a little bit? Are you taking care of your bills the best way you can? He's looking at all of that. Of course, He doesn't want you to struggle, but He wants you to be ready for what you have asked Him for. When it comes to a mate, for example, you have to be prepared and ready. During this time, you have to be stripped of ungodly soul ties. You have to fast. You have to pray. You have to prepare yourself. God is just not going to ship you on down the aisle with no preparation at all. There's things that have to die that's old in us, that are carnal, that just have to go. That would interfere with marriage. Pride has to die. Believe it or not, as Christians, there are people who deal with issues of pride. They have a God complex. They feel like, oh, well, I know what's best for me. And in their actions, they actually say, oh, well, God doesn't know what He's talking about. I know what's best for me. I'm going to give Him all of this over here and trust Him to take care of this. But when it comes to the area of a mate, I'm going to do it myself. God doesn't know what He's talking about. God doesn't know what's best for me. But God knows what's best for you. And that pride has to leave you. Pride, doubt has to go. You have to believe and have faith. He said if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, a mustard seed is very small, so it's not that much. But God wants to see your faith. Work your faith. Prepare for whatever you're asking for. If it's a house, get your credit together. Look at bills that are outdone, charged off or whatever. Get your credit together. Save money for a house. God will take care of you. If it's in His perfect will for you to have a house, He will give it to you. Just trust God with everything, every single thing. Even if you have to wait. When you wait on God, it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. Your waiting is not in vain. When you wait on the Lord to perfect something that either concerns you or something you've been praying for, and it's taking a little bit of time, then He's working on it. So even in certain situations you may find yourself in, you wonder like, oh Lord, what am I going to see in the manifestation of the prayer that I prayed? Oh Lord, what am I going to see any fruit of my prayers? Take your eyes and your ears and your hands off the situation and leave it with the Lord. For example, when you're baking a cake, you mix up the batter, whatever ingredients, throw it in the pan and put it in the oven and go about your business. Then you come back when it's done. The same thing with promises of God or things that you've been waiting for to manifest. You have to do the same thing with that. You can't just sit there and just look at it. Because the more you look at it, that means you're not trusting God. So shift your focus on something else. Work on you. Work on things that you need to take care of. Don't shift your focus. Don't keep your focus on that situation. When Peter walked in the water, he kept his eyes on Jesus. But when he took his eyes off of Jesus, he sank. Same with that situation. Keep your eyes on God. Don't sink like Peter. Keep your eyes on Him and trust and believe that He will take care of everything. And He will do just exactly what He said. Don't worry. Trust God all the way. I pray this video has blessed you. I pray that you have a blessed day. God loves you and he has a wonderful plan for your life. Don't make people feel, don't let people make you feel as if waiting on God is a waste of time, because it's not. Because there are many Christians in all areas of their lives wish that they had waited on God, and they are paying for the consequences of being disobedient. God bless you. God loves you. And so do I. Be blessed. Bye-bye.